As the world mourns Pope Francis, history's most secretive transfer of power begins. White smoke, the path to a new pope, guides you through this momentous transition. We explain exactly what happens next, leading to the dramatic conclave vote. Learn how each ritual unfolds, what each tradition means, and why these ancient ceremonies still matter today. Follow along as the throne of St. Peter stands empty and a new chapter in church history begins. White Smoke, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know what a group of flamingos is called? That's just one of thousands of facts you'll discover on 5 daily trivia questions. Hi, I'm Mark Ellison. Join me every weekday for 5 mind-expanding questions about everything from ancient history to modern technology. Perfect for impressing friends or dominating your next pub quiz. 5 daily trivia questions. And the answer, a group of flamingos, is called a flamboyance. 5 daily trivia questions.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hi there, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Now, this time of year, you might be like, I thought so-and-so would get me a Christmas gift, and they didn't. You're feeling a little sad. Well, Christmas came 48 years late for an Illinois man who was doing some renovations at his childhood home, and he found a present that had fallen behind a wall back in 1978. Tim was renovating the bathroom at his parents' house when he found something inside the wall. He told people, "We took out a medicine cabinet before we drywalled, and I thought, I better just look in there to make sure nothing's back there." And then there it was. It was a Christmas gift that was for Tim back in 1978. He said his parents used to hide gifts in the home's attic, and that one must have fallen into a crawl space. What was it? A set of now vintage Matchbox toy airplanes. His mom didn't recall even buying them. Tim said, "So I have one sister, and my mom has always been very picky about getting us the exact same amount of gifts, so we've been joking that I've been screwed out of one of my presents for 46 years. Here in 2024, turn 2025, vintage Matchbox toy airplanes is a pretty cool gift. I used to and still love video games as a gift, and that's a segue because the next time somebody suggests that playing video games is bad for you, you show them this study. Researchers from the Imperial College London and the University of Graz in Austria surveyed more than 600 postgraduate students about playing open-world video games. What did the scientists find out? Games like Zelda and even Red Dead Redemption can significantly enhance cognitive escapism. They promote relaxation and improve overall mental well-being. The Journal of Medical Internet Research tells us open world refers to games that provide a large, freely explorable environment where players can move and interact with the game world with minimal restrictions. They offer large, detailed worlds to explore. Specifically, the games may feature an expansive world filled with diverse landscapes, towns, and hidden secrets. According to the scientists, with rising rates of stress, anxiety, and sadness among young people today, these games could end up playing a key role in reducing stress and enhancing mental health. This next story is wild. A 7-year-old boy survived a week lost in the Savannah of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe Parks and Wildlife Management Authority, they go by ZimParks, received notice of a missing boy on December 20th. ZimParks says that fellow villagers, police officers, and park rangers organized a search party, but they were hindered by heavy rains. On December 30th, human footprints were found that eventually led rescuers to the boy in the early morning hours the next day. ZimParks says it's estimated the boy walked through the harsh terrain of the lion-infested national park for 30 miles from his village to the point where he was found. During the period, he survived on wild fruits and would dig a small hole in the dry riverbank to access underground water to drink. Good news if you're throwing out your Christmas tree and you don't know what to do with it. Donated Christmas trees can enrich the habitats of zoo animals. A zoo in England is asking residents to donate their used Christmas trees. Noah's Ark Zoo Farm in Bristol say they've diverted 15,000 Christmas trees from contributing to landfill waste. The zoo's curator, Chris, says the trees make a real difference in the animals' lives. Some, like elephants, like to eat them. Others, like bears and rhinos, like to forage in between them. Other animals just like to rub up against the trees and enjoy the pine scent. Chris says for the elephants, their habitat is full of sand, which means we could bury the trees and stand them up to make a whole forest for them to come explore. They'll eat them a bit. They'll throw them around. They'll explore for the food we put in. As for the bears, they like to pile the trees up in a big mass. They compared it to how a dog treats a pile of leaves. White smoke. The Path to a New Pope explores humanity's most elaborate and secretive transfer of power, a process now unfolding following the death of Pope Francis. This series reveals the hidden rituals, ancient traditions, and behind-the-scenes drama of papal transition. As the Catholic world enters this solemn period of mourning and anticipation, join us in witnessing how the Church has perfected this sacred process over 2,000 years, and what happens in these crucial days when the throne of St. Peter stands empty. White Smoke brings listeners inside the conclave that will determine who will succeed Pope Francis and lead the Church into its next chapter. White Smoke, wherever you get your podcasts.
You can get this podcast completely ad-free right now. If you're on Apple, just click the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening, and you'll get your first month free. If you use Spotify or other podcast players, go to caloroga.com/plus. It's just $5 a month, and you'll get access to over 20 premium shows with no interruptions. Binge listen to new series like the political thriller Acting President, Signal Lost, where military secrets land on the wrong phone, and Pager Protocol, the thriller about exploding pagers in the wrong hands. Plus, enjoy daily shows like Palace Intrigue about the royal family, daily comedy news, and 5 daily trivia questions to test your knowledge, and White Smoke, taking you behind the scenes at what's happening right now at the Vatican. You also get all our hot shows like 5 good news stories. Enjoy your favorite content without any ad breaks. Remember, Apple users click the Uninterrupted Listening banner for your free first month, and everyone else head to caloroga.com/plus. Get ad-free listening today.
All right, Johnny Mac, you probably have a Guinness World Record for us. I sure do. An India-based martial arts collective have set a record. The Bur Khalsa Martial Arts Group took on the title for Most Coconuts Smashed Around a Person Blindfolded in 1 Minute. They did this on an Italian TV series, which I'll pronounce as Lo Show de Record, which I'll translate for you in case you couldn't figure it out. It's the record show, I think. It's on in Milan. The blindfolded martial artist managed to smash 69 coconuts in 1 minute without injuring his teammate. That beat the previous record, which was 50. They also recently set a cucumber record, not the one from the other day with the cards. This is a different one. This one was most slices of a cucumber with a chainsaw. But wait, there's more. The cucumber is in a person's mouth, and the person with the chainsaw is blindfolded. No, thank you. Jeez. Those are your 5 good news stories for today. If you enjoy the program, tell a friend about it. They might like it too. If you'd like the program without commercial interruption, there's a link in the show notes that explains how that works. You have a great day.